construction of a permanent school was finished. A decade later, tragedy again found our community. In 1969, fire destroyed an entire block of buildings at the corners of Main and Chester Streets in Front Royal. In the 1970s, Front Royal unveiled its new fire hall. The Smithsonian Institute established its Conservation and Research Center at the former Remount Depot. The U.S. Customs Canine Enforcement Training Center is opened in Harmony Hollow, and the Northern Virginia 4-H Educational Center Incorporated is established. By the 1980s, a new library would be built. The DuPont plant would open, and the Belle Boyd Cottages moved onto Chester Street, and the downtown Front Royal Revitalization Project would begin. In 1986, the Avtech site in Front Royal became an Environmental Protection Agency Superfund site and closed, and would be added to the National Priorities list. Though some of the community's history has been lost, much of it is still being created every day. As you look around our community and see our future and our past, we hope you've gained some insight into how far and from where our community has come. To find out more about the history of our community, Front Royal, Virginia, and Warren County, we invite you to visit the Warren Heritage Society at 101 Chester Street. The Warren Heritage Society features the Belle Boyd Cottage, Front Royal's oldest surviving structure, the Balthus House, the Lower Virginia Hale Archives, and the Ivy Lodge Museum and Gift Shop. Your first stop at our community should be the old train depot, home of our Visitors Center. Here you can gather maps and brochures, receive the friendliest service, learn about Bing Crosby's visit to Front Royal, and browse the Museum of Historical Treasures and Artifacts discovered by residents of our very own community. The Visitor Center has visitor guides covering all of Virginia as well as several adjoining states. Before leaving the Visitor Center, we invite you to linger a while longer in the gift shop. You never know what treasure of your own you may find. Warren County is home to 5 golf courses. The Front Royal Country Club was given to the community by Mr. William E. Carson in 1938 and was built by the CCC. It is the oldest course in the community. Bowling Green Country Club has the largest golf course in the community, featuring 2 separate 18-hole courses. Blue Ridge Shadows Golf Course is the 5th and newest course in Warren County. Whether you're a golfer or not, we invite you to play all our courses, or simply sit back, relax, and enjoy the clubhouse and banquet facilities. There's something for everyone. Skyline Caverns, just down Route 340, approximately 1 mile south of Front Royal, is another great way to spend time with the kids, especially on cold or rainy days. Near this location is where Stonewall Jackson met Confederate spy Belle Boyd. If history is more your forte, you may consider a visit to the Visitor Center on Main Street to find out more on the Civil War Trail and Tour. For hiking, camping, picnicking, or bird watching, the Skyline Drive is where you want to be. The Scenic Drive is quite an experience. With the splendid views of the northern Shenandoah Valley, it's not just another road, it's the only road through the Shenandoah National Park that winds 105 miles along the Blue Ridge Mountains. A windy road through the Shenandoah National Park and its 75 overlooks is definitely an adventure for any outdoor lover. As you exit the Skyline Drive, just remember to come back through our community, Front Royal, Virginia, and Warren County very soon, especially for one of our fine festivals, like the Warren Heritage Society's annual Festival of Leaves, the second Saturday of each October, where you may even find a few Civil War reenactors walking Main and Chester streets. The third Saturday in May, join us for the annual Virginia Wine and Craft Festival, hosted by the Front Royal Warren County Chamber of Commerce. These events, as well as others in our community, are great entertainment for the entire family. The first week in August, kids of all ages enjoy the Warren County Fair. Throughout the spring and summer, consider joining us for one of our carnivals hosted by the local police department or our fire and rescue department, Company 1. Be sure to pick up your supply of Fireman's Relish, a crowd favorite every year. No matter what time of year, there's always something to do in our community. The Conservation and Research Center, operated by the Smithsonian's National Zoological Park, was originally created by the U.S. government as a remount depot. Today, the Conservation and Research Center is home to one of the world's most extensive programs of conservation biology research. Staff are involved in groundbreaking research pertaining to the conservation of endangered species and ecosystems locally, nationally, and around the world. Their doors are open to the public once every year for their annual Autumn Conservation Festival. Kids in our community and surrounding counties enjoy going to summer camp at the Northern Virginia 4-H Educational Center in Harmony Hollow. 4-H is always looking for quality adults to serve as volunteer leaders during this week. By the time fair season rolls around, 4-Hers are busy tending to their animals, but are always ready to participate in the annual Christmas parade the first Saturday in December. Front Royal is designated the canoe capital of Virginia, but the Shenandoah River offers much more than just canoeing. Fishing, kayaking, tubing, and rafting trips are some of the other popular river activities. Check with our local outfitters for what all they have to offer. There's always something to do in our community, whether it's bird watching, enjoying the wildlife, hiking and exploring one of our national or state parks, walking the banks of the Shenandoah River, or enjoying a team sport at one of our many town parks. Just look around, there's so much to do. Take a step back in time and enter the Royal Cinemas Park Theater. Sit in the same theater Bing Crosby held his world premiere of his movie Riding High. With all the amenities, thrills, and lights of today, Royal Cinemas Park Theater will give you a world-class charm each time you step through the door. Catch a flick this week or during your next visit to Front Royal at Royal Cinemas Park Theater, East Main Street in historic downtown Front Royal. Family fun in Front Royal is easy to find. Spend quality time with the kids at the Royal Family Amusement Arcade in historic downtown Front Royal. Reserve your next birthday party at the Royal Family Amusement Arcade, providing hours of arcade fun for everyone. The Royal Family Bowling Center offers great times with friends and the entire family. Check out Extreme Bowling, join a league, or have your next party at the Royal Family Bowling Center. Our community, Front Royal, Virginia, Warren County, has much to offer. The lofty peaks of the Blue Ridge Mountains, the serenity of the northern Shenandoah Valley, breathtaking views in every direction, and the charm of the past in any season. Your local Southern States Front Royal Co-op provides for our local farmers, but did you realize your local Southern States Front Royal Co-op provides lawn equipment repair, seed and fertilizer for your residential lawn? Your local Southern States Front Royal Co-op has a large inventory of equine and pet supplies, as well as lawn equipment and accessories for help around the house. When you visit your local Southern States Front Royal Co-op at 50 Water Street, remember to check out their fencing and ever-growing supply of flowering plants, shrubs, trees, and seeds too. Keep it local with brands you trust, people who know Southern States. If you like good pizza, you'll find a lot to rave about at the Melting Pot Pizza. First available in 1970 at the old Skyline restaurant on the south side of Front Royal, owner Robert Batchelor the following year purchased its current location. And putting in many long hours and making sure a quality product was produced at a fair price with excellent service, the business grew. There's not been a Friday or Saturday night since that the dining room has not been filled. The Batchelor family would like to thank all their loyal customers for making it all possible. The Melting Pot Pizza, serving the Shenandoah Valley and the world since 1972. Main Street holds many stories of the past, but today is the primary retail street of our community. It's the focal point for many of our retailers. On Main Street, you'll find a variety of businesses, including, but not limited to, antique shops, specialty shops, a handful of design and jewelry shops, a good blend of older, more established businesses, and the newer, more trendy shops such as outfitters, coffee shops, boutiques, and restaurants. We invite you to visit many of our fine establishments any time of the year. Jay's Gourmet is a Shenandoah Valley tradition in fine foods, wines, and dining. The Gourmet Shop has a fine selection of wines and serves lunch, featuring a menu of gourmet sandwiches, salads, and soups each day that varies by the season. Intimate dining in a unique setting, Apartment 2G occupies the upper floor of Jay's Gourmet. Simply put, Element, a swanky place to get a drink after a stressful day at the office. Visit us today. Located in Linden, Virginia, just off Route 66 at exit 13, sits the Apple House. In 1963, the Apple House was established in the small community of Linden, and today, just as then, it remains a family business serving friends and travelers from around the globe. The next time you find yourself in Linden, be sure to stop in the Apple House and sample their famous apple butter donuts for breakfast, their homemade barbecue for lunch or dinner, and their very own Alpenglow sparkling cider. The Apple House also has banquet facilities, a gorgeous gift shop, and a gas station and mini mart right next door.